Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. There's one metric that I want you to start following the most in your business, and it's a metric that I've started thinking a lot more about, and it's what I call TTV. And what TTV means is time to value. Now, every business is going to have a different expectation of how fast you can kind of like receive results, essentially, right? So if you are, let's say, a personal trainer, your time to value might be slightly longer because people have got longer term fitness and health goals. You will understand what your rough time to value is. In the general acceptance is that if you can maintain quality, even in some situations if you don't maintain quality, but I don't want you to aim for that, if you can maintain quality but increase speed of implementation and application and completion, then you can charge an unreasonable amount more than the person who just maintains quality and does it at the normal time. So that's why we're focusing so much on this time to value just now and driving into our sales team for sales calls and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, well, depending on who you are watching this right now, I'm not an inventor. I haven't done anything that anyone else hasn't done. We just do some stuff particularly well and are good at marketing and good at sales, so we get clients, right? I've not created any new thing that no one else knows about that's like an invention, totally proprietary, and absolutely just belongs to me that we're able to use. BRB, water break. Oh, spilled water in myself and in my beard, but it cooled me down a little bit, which is nice. So yeah, like I was saying, I've not invented anything, so I've got competition in terms of my time to value. Now, when people have issues with purchasing something, it's normally either because of the product or the price, right? So they're not comfortable with the product. It's nothing to do with affordability, but often it's not that, it's to do with price. And then in that subsection of price, there's just little things, aka, am I paying for the best possible speed of implementation? Am I paying for this thing? When I pay this, what is my expectation of time for completion? And all these kind of things. Like, for example, this is why, like, Deliveroo Plus, if you use Deliveroo enough, or Amazon Prime, or these kind of things are worth it, because it drastically increases your time to value. Water burps, right? For example, I bought these lights for everyone in the office, because we do a traffic light system now, so that people can focus on the work and stuff. Amazon Prime, I got them like 16 hours after I ordered them, because it was a problem on that day for me, right? Because everyone kept on not being able to actually focus on the work, because when one person was focusing, someone else needed them, and then that swapped around 5 minutes later, and I was like, okay, this is a problem that needs a solution very fast. I'm not going to go and spend my time driving around, and I pay what for Amazon Prime, like 150 quid or something, right? I don't actually know how much it is. That was way worth it for me, because my time to value was so low. I got it the next working day when I needed it for my team, right? And Deliveroo Plus, you don't pay any delivery fees, plus I think you get priority delivery, and it costs like $11.99 a month or whatever it is. My time to value is vastly increased. I get my food faster, and I pay less fees in individual transactions because I pay a monthly fee, which ends up less than what it would cost me on the delivery fees. So it works out well. Now, in business, my recommendation to you is to try and find a way to make your time to value under 48 hours. Now, listen to what I'm saying there. I am not saying time to completion. I'm not saying time to result. I'm not saying time to everything is finished, box up, done, nothing left to do. I'm talking about time to value. For example, take the situation that I'm in with what we do. Now, we have people that come along and, register for our Growth Getters training. For those of you that aren't aware of what Growth Getters is, it's where we take business owners in and show them how to build automations inside their business, improve their online presence, generate better leads, all that kind of stuff. Now, someone might book for that, and the next event might be 6 weeks away. And that might be a bit of a sticking point for people. You speak to them and they're like, oh, well, I'm paying for this thing, and It's not cheap. Of course it's not cheap because it's a premium service and we solve big, high revenue problems. So I'm paying for this thing, but you know, when someone buys something, they kind of want it then. How many times have we been online and not bought an item of clothing or something because it was going to be a week for delivery or 2 weeks for delivery? Or you don't order from the place you want to eat because it's 2 hours for delivery. You order from somewhere that you don't want to eat from because it's 30 minutes, right? We all do this because we value the time and the speed of implementation, the time to value. So what we say to people, instead of saying, yeah, I know you're paying for this and you would really wish it was sooner and, you know, yeah, it's 6 weeks away. Well, we're not going to move the event and all that kind of stuff. What we say is, well, look, it's amazing because your time to value as soon as you are one of our clients is like less than 60 minutes. And do you know why? No, we don't know why. Well, because you actually get access to thousands of pounds of online courses. So you get to jump on and start doing the online courses so that when you come to the event, you're actually better at doing this stuff already, which means that you take more from the event in 6 weeks' time. So actually it's a benefit you've got these 6 weeks because your time to value is so quick. You're going to get so much value really, really fast. This is also why people will pay for, I'm stuck in my teeth. Like priority printing, for example, or priority flowers. My goodness, the amount of time I've had to use priority flowers because I'll pay more to get the thing done faster, right? Now, you might be super fast at what you do already, and you might be in construction, so it's a long-term project. So you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, like my time to value is going to be so long. That's not true. It's about speed of delivering your actual service, not about completing the service. So you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, we're 3 weeks until we actually can start that job, we've accepted the quote, we've done all this stuff. Well, what can you do to make your time to value in under 48 hours? Doesn't need to be that you need to go and move stuff about and start that job sooner, but just rack your brain. What could you do to try and make that little bit better? Could you organise, even using a simple system like DALL-E or whatever it may be, you can get access to for like $19 or something, ChatGPT, generate, you know, amazing CGI internal images for that person. Hey, by the way, I know it's going to be a long 6 months getting this extension done on your house, so that's why we've went to the hassle of getting you some amazing CGIs done so that when you're having those hard days, when you're thinking, oh my goodness, we've taken on this big project and all that kind of stuff, as much as we know you're going to love it at the end, there's going to be times during this that you might not. Look at these images and remember what a beautiful extension you're going to have by the time this comes around. That's value. That's giving your customers some confidence. That's giving them something extra over and above. So if you have a business, time to value needs to be one of the things that you're thinking about so much, because that is going to sway like the people who are like, oh, I'm not sure, I need to think about it, oh, maybe it's not the right time. Time to value, I would say, would sway around 50% of those. So if you're at a 25% close rate and 75% of your people are saying no, you're leaving a good chunk of cash on the table there. And time to value is one of those things that can really solve that. So think about your business just now. I think, okay, well, when someone registers on like a Monday, because so many people think that customer service stops as soon as someone buys. You're always on someone and try to be the best version of yourself and help them and do all these things as you're leading them up to buy. And then as soon as they buy, you're like, oh, well, they've paid anyway. So I'll talk to them whenever I talk to them. It's not really how I would recommend that you do stuff. You should value them more after they become a customer. They might do business with you more in the future. They might be worth even more than what they've spent at the start. And you might be able to serve them in even more ways and do even more things, right? So for me, I want you to think about, because I've done this exact thing, sit down and think about, okay, how do we increase our time to value? So for us, we get our customers automatically, as soon as they've registered, added inside of all these different education groups with all the other people who have attended this same training. They can talk to them, they get access to hours and hours and hours of online courses, recordings of past events, all this stuff here. Now think about what you can do in your business. How do you get your time to value in under 48 hours? And give them something, because that is going to sway so many people that actually come and do business with you. If you're looking at two businesses, it's like, oh, we can start the job in a week, but the guys start the job in 4 weeks. You're going to often go with the guy that starts in a week, even if you didn't like them quite as much. You just want the stuff done faster. So in order to have that, being able to start in a week kind of feel, without actually having to do that thing, how do we decrease our time to value and give them something that is tangible and exciting and I guess is worth it to them inside of that small period of time? maybe not delivering the full service, maybe not giving them all the things that they want to have, or the end result. You're not going to make them ripped and, you know, summer body ready in 48 hours. But you could say that the meal plan plus the workout plan is guaranteed to be with them inside the next 48 hours to make sure that the speed of implementation is excellent and there's no time wasted at the start. Whereas many online coaches will have you waiting weeks and weeks and weeks because they're too busy chasing the next client and they're actually serving the clients that they've got right now. I've seen this happen. It's happening to people that I know right now. So you don't want to end up being the person providing that service. So it's one thing I want you to keep in mind: time to value.